Greetings everyone. Welcome to the first ever completion run I'll do. This is like my new concept series called Should You 100%. The concept is simple. I complete the game all the way to 100%, collecting everything in the game, unlocking everything, and if there's achievement, doing every achievement. And then I give you like quick recap of the game, a review, my completion process, and if you should complete the game to 100%. Pretty simple. Our first game for today is the only one I finished on the channel as of right now. Little Misfortune. I do hope you enjoy. And if you end up enjoying, give me a like. You can subscribe, leave a comment. Little Misfortune is a game developed by the talented people of KillMonday games, known firstly for their hit Frambo. It isn't a long game by any means, but it's a fantastic game, from the music, to the visual, and to the story. It's almost perfect. I really do hate to sugarcoat game in reviews, but I don't have a lot of critique for this game, other than it was too short for me, to be honest. I loved it, and completing it was a bliss. You can complete every achievement in almost a single run, except for like one or two that really requires a second run. The story is simple. You play as Misfortune, a little girl from a kind of poor family, with a dysfunctional family. A voice suddenly tells you to play games, and that if you play it, you can gain the eternal happiness. But throughout the game, you will encounter the fox Benjamin, that the voice tells you is trying to steal your eternal happiness. So you will go on a quest to retrieve the eternal happiness that Misfortune desperately wants to give to her mommy. Pretty simple, but here's where the non-spoiler part ends. Now we will dive deeper into the game. So if you don't want any spoiler, skip to the time or in the under the bar on YouTube. Throughout the game, the voice seems to get more and more impatient with Misfortune, which could be true, since Misfortune eventually starts wanting to be Benjamin compared to getting rid of him like the voice wants. It's not getting rid of him, but he doesn't want Misfortune to go near Benjamin or have anything to do with Benjamin. And the voice eventually starts to kinda hate Misfortune because he thinks she's like not desperate, but useless, and since she's a really young child, she's pretty hard to control. You eventually realize that Mr. Voice is actually the demon/monster Margot, who's been making children go missing, and is planning to make you go missing as well. And at the end, he kinda succeeds. I say kinda, cause he doesn't get you. Benjamin saves you and takes you with him. You eventually learn though that Misfortune died crossing the road, and it's kinda shocking, honestly. You see Misfortune cry because she thinks her mommy ignores her, and then she gets to her own corpse, and she then realizes that she freaking died. And it's really fucking sad, to be honest. The game is simple. The voice guides you, and you answer some question and make some choice. The game heavily rely on the butterfly effect, the cause and effect, essentially. For example, at the start of the game, you'll have a choice between fixing the vase you just broke or just leaving it there. And really near the end, like Misfortune will run and essentially break the vase again, and she'll say, "You tell me this was not supposed to be the same." And the voice just says, "The beautiful cause and effect syndrome." Or, when you reach the hamster strip club, you'll have a chance to either break the fight between the two hamsters, or just not do anything. And if you do nothing, the hamster's gonna get knocked the fuck out. And you'll retrieve the old lady hamster bag that she'll give you the ticket you need to enter the strip club. You'll encounter some hatred as well. They give you brief message, generally warning you about Mr. Voice. The visuals are pretty. KillMonday really makes some gorgeous visual. And there's quite a lot of frontbow reference in the game. That's really cool, because you'll learn that the two games are connected eventually, happening in the same universe, and that solidifies itself at the end when you see Hitward. The completion process is not that hard. You essentially get all the achievements in 1 or 2 runs. Some require you to replay the game a second time. And besides achievement, you have the Halo, the cinematic, and the hard visual, which aren't hard to get, as you'll get them naturally in the game. Aside the one cinematic that I had to start a third run to get. Let me explain myself. To get the 6th cinematic, or the number 6th, you need to pick up the party hat that the dog wear, so that later in Phantasmagoria, Misfortune can pick up candy from a nearby trash can and have a bad trip. Since it was candy, some cigarettes, and drugs, I didn't know you could pick up the hat, and actually had to look it up. This is the only specific one in the game, I think. At least personally. The rest I really got in naturally throughout the story. Here are some stats about my completion run of Little Misfortune. They were 5 hours of total playtime, 9 Halo collected, 8 cinematics unlocked, 2 full playthrough and half of a third one, 35 achievement unlocked, and 1 Hitward scene while playing and being overhyped about. And shit. Hitward! They're connected! Yes! They are! Oh my god! Little Misfortune was a great and fun game to complete for my first ever completion run. But the question remains. Should you 100% Little Misfortune? Yes. I think it's fun. It's not that long. It's not that challenging. And you pretty much complete 3/4 of the completion run just by doing a single playthrough. But as far as completion bonus goes, now you hit the spot. Not a lot. Beside the self-satisfaction and the tiny blue ribbon on Steam. With all that being said, I hope you enjoyed. It's my first time trying this format. Could become a big thing on my channel. I'm really going forward with this, taking a huge guess. And yes, Little Misfortune is a tiny game for a completion run, but every game can be completed. And if they can be completed, you know damn well I'll be trying to complete them. I'll see y'all in the next video. Take care.